What's good, Washington Commanders fan? As always, there's nothing good in Washington Commanders news. It's always the same thing, always the same notion that the Washington Commanders lost another game, but some of our Washington Commander fans seem to be disillusional because they never ever want to critique this team the way there is. Only a few of us in the content creator world that we want to do, but nevertheless, the Washington Commanders lost today, 28-20 to the LA Rams, which I knew the Rams was going to beat the Commanders. I expected them to beat the Commanders. It's one of the things that I guess what we could say, hey, well, with a week off, bye week, some of us, I guess, got it in our head that we was gonna come out and play well. No, I mean it's the same thing. The Commanders play poorly. I mean, you get 3 turnovers and you can't do nothing with the turnovers. Sam Howell looks bad. Continue to look bad. Maybe through the fourth quarter, he got benched for Jacoby Brissett that came in and looked like a second coming of Tom Brady. Passing for 124, 8 out of 10. On his first drive, the touchdown to Terry, he was 4 for 4. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 touchdowns, one to Curtis Samuel, who also had 2 touchdowns on the day because he caught one from Sam Howell. And guess what? Jacoby Brissett came in that little bit of time and had a passer rating of 157.9. Sam Howell had a passer rating of 50.5. Only 102 yards passing. He was 11-26, 1 interception, which he threw. He was sacked once, surprisingly. But nevertheless, the team only had like 79 yards total rushing, and that's between Rodriguez, Sam Howell, and Antonio Gibson. Terry McLaurin had a breakout game, rather say, for the first time. He would have had 2 touchdowns, but they called it at the 1, which the Commanders wasted over 3 minutes. It was 5 minutes in the game. They wasted 3 minutes of that motion just to get a touchdown when they finally did get a touchdown. Terry McLaurin he was targeted 12 times, for 6 of them, 141. And most of them yardage came when Jacoby Brissett came in the game. Out of nowhere, Jacoby Brissett came in the game, and guess what? Terry just caught fire just like that. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's something with Sam Howell that's going on with Terry, why they can't get in the end zone the way they need to. And then again, I think it's more so dealing with Eric Bieniemy's play calling. I feel like the play calling for Eric Bieniemy is trash, and people wonder why we beat him up a little bit. I beat him up because I think he knows better. He has to figure out ways to get the ball to your playmaker. I like Sam Howell. I wanted Sam Howell to work out for us and everything like that, but I'm more a realistic person. I'm not going to hold on hope and every time this, players on this team make plays, I'm going to get jump up down. So, this guy's a dog, or he's balling and stuff like that. No, this team should have been balling, and they should have been dogs on this team from day one. And for people to sit here and say, well, why we trade Chase and Montez? Montez over there with the Buffalo Bills. He's over there with the Chicago Bears balling. Their defense has picked up since he was over there. He has had a sack in every game he has played with the Chicago Bears. And the Chicago Bears won today. So they still got the #1 pick. And if they decide to keep Justin Fields, guess what? that means Marvin Harrison will be the #1 pick in the draft because unless the Bears decide to trade Justin Fields. But I don't see that happening. Now, strangest things have come, but I don't see that happening. And I see Marvin Harrison being off the board. I see Kalen Williams probably dropping down a few spots. I think Drake May probably end up in Drake May might end up in #2 to the, and I don't know what the Arizona Cardinals going to do. They might pick a wide receiver. They probably pick Keon Coleman from Florida State. They might. I don't think they're going to get rid of Kyler Murray. And then that leaves us at 4 right now, a position of 4. Now, I still think we could still get 3 in the top 3 because I do believe Arizona probably will win a game. They probably will win a game. And I think Chicago's going to win another game. So, but with 3 games left, we'll see. But nevertheless, Tony Gibson had 20 yards. Jahan had 12 yards. Logan Thomas, I mean, he's trash, man. I mean, this team literally need help in every position. Now, Khalid Hudson did play better than Jamin Davis, but still, the defense was getting gashed early on in the game. I mean, they didn't have no answer for Cooper Kupp. They didn't have no answer for Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford was back there. Now, the team did get 3 sacks. Deron Payne had 2 sacks on the day, finally. And I think Quan Martin had the other sack. But nevertheless, the defense, if you look at the secondary, they came out looking like they wanted to play. Then all of a sudden, they was giving up these big pass plays. Came into the third quarter. The first thing you do, you give up a 62-yard bomb with nobody on Cooper Kupp, wide open for a touchdown. You just can't do that. You can't do that. And my thing is this here is Ron Rivera already, he's been bad at clock management because the thing about it is, see, I watch these games closely. I don't expect for us to do anything. I see what we do when we in a game. We sit here and run these dumb plays in the goal line. For what? Because we ain't trying to win. This is where y'all have to understand this team ain't really trying to win games. Yeah, it got exciting. Well, I don't want to say exciting. It looked good early on when Brissett came in. They not trying this. Yeah, Terry would have scored. We would have had, 20? It would have been 21, 28. But still, we botched the onside kick, as always. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this team, you had 5 minutes at the goal line. You had every opportunity. Then you get a touchdown in. Brissett throws a touchdown to Logan Thomas. He gets a flag for offensive pass interference. You know what I'm saying? It's like this team finds ways to continue to shoot themselves in the foot constantly. Then no sense of urgency to run a play. They still burning the clock. They still burning the clock. They still burning the clock. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's the same bullshit all the time. That's why I don't even get changed out on game day in my Washington gear. I don't even care. I'm over the season. I'm just watching the games just to watch the games and continue to get my analysis of the game. I already know what to expect. I already know what's coming. Until everybody else start being so emotional invested in these games and getting upset, then you already know what's the deal. Why spend time getting upset on a game that you already know that change is coming at the end of the season? You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, what? You fire Jack Del Rio and you took over the defense, and the defense still getting outscored. They still getting punched in the mouth. You know, yeah, we created 3 turnovers, but guess what? We couldn't even do nothing with the turnovers that we got. You know, Sam Howell, you know, he rushed out of the pocket. You know, yeah, I mean, young kid. I mean, I'm sure he'll get an opportunity to be a backup. He's not going to be a starter in this league. And him getting pulled today was a significant sign that Washington is going to draft a quarterback. And it could be either Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or Michael Pence Jr. We are going to draft a quarterback. I'm sorry to tell y'all this. So all of y'all that hoping Sam stays, it ain't happening, folks. We are drafting a quarterback. I knew it. Once he got pulled, that was it. Once he got pulled. Now, one of my closest friends, you know, Greg, he said that because 2 our linemen was out. That's BS. Them linemen ain't had shit to do with Sam Howell playing poor or saying, oh, well, we got to pull a guy out. He don't want to get him hurt. So Jacoby Brissett came in and threw over 100 yards and 2 touchdown passes, and 2 of the guys was out and saying that he going to get hurt. That's crazy to me. That is crazy because the fact of the matter is, if that was the case, he could have made the same kind of plays. And I don't even know what's the disconnect between Terry and Sam Howell. And maybe Sam Howell, I mean, I think if you look at Jacoby Brissett, his ball carried over down the touchdown he threw was kind of short, but Terry went up and got it. But that's what Terry do. You give him an opportunity. I just don't think Sam Howell gives him the opportunity to do things. I hate to say this, but Sam is a good kid, and I think that his confidence, honestly, it don't really matter at the end of the day. This team is going to draft a quarterback. I'm sorry. I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news and everything like that, but I knew it was coming because Sam has not had a good game since November, early part of November. You know, this team hasn't scored over 20 points since the early part of November. You know, and then Jacoby Brissett came in and threw 2 touchdowns, got 2 touchdowns in a matter of minutes. And, you know, I don't expect Sam Howell to start against the Jets. I think Jacoby Brissett is going to start against the Jets. I think that game is going to be also one of those slow rolling games. I think the Jets will pull out that game. I don't think Washington will do it because Jets defense. The Jets defense is pretty good. The Jets defense is pretty good, and they going to play. Now, I don't think I mean Aaron Rodgers could play that game because forgot the quarterback. He got hurt today. He got a concussion. Concussion. So they got. I mean, Aaron Rodgers could play this game. I mean, then the game could not. Who knows? If he does play, I'm sure he'll carve us up. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, man, I there's nothing to expect for this team. Joey Sly, no field goals. He missed the extra point. Cheeseman hiking the ball all low, skipping, almost got Tresway hurt really bad. I mean, Matthew Stafford sitting back there looking like a reincarnation of whoever. Cooper Kupp. The Rams control the ball, the time of possession, 35-24. They had we done gave up again another total yardage of 445 yards. Matthew Stafford passed for almost 250. We ran the ball for 79 yards. They ran the ball for 196, almost 200 yards on us. Penalty-wise, it don't matter because they had 5. We had 3. They turned the ball over 2 times to 1. We sacked them 3 times. They ran 73 plays. We ran. But this is where I keep trying to tell people. People wants to sit here and say, oh, well, oh, I think every enemy is getting a raw deal. The hell he ain't. He is not getting a raw deal because you came to Washington to run the offense, but you're not even running the offense. All you doing is pretty much throwing the ball every down, run a little bit, throw the ball every down. Then everybody said, oh, well, you know what? The Kansas City Chiefs is struggling. Maybe Airbnb. It don't really matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just think that at the end of the day, this front office, like I said, this front office is going to clean house at the end of the season. Whether they let whether they let Ron Rivera stay. No use to fire him because you don't even have no competent coach on the staff that could run the team for the last 3 games. So it doesn't really matter. You might as well let him coast on out to the season. You know what I'm saying? But after the end of the season, guess what? It's going to be over with. We will be firing almost everybody. Well, pretty much everybody. There will be a skeleton closet or crew that's going to be left. There won't be no coaches from Ron Rivera era. There won't be no front office staff for the Ron Rivera era. You know what I'm saying? So and Eric Bieniemy won't be there. He's going to be gone. I kept trying to tell people he's going to be gone. I mean, he could apply for somewhere else or end up back in Kansas City, most likely. Sam Howell? I don't think he's going to get a fair shot because whoever the new GM and whoever the new head coach get hired, they're going to look for their guy. That's always happened in the organization, and people got to understand. Yeah, if Sam Howell had played way better, not making a lot of mistakes. I mean, the sacks hurt him a little bit because he took a lot of sacks that he shouldn't take. He's very indecisive. He throws the ball. He lasers the ball sometimes. He doesn't anticipate. Sometimes the receivers don't help him out either. So, like I say in all of my other videos, it don't really matter at the end of the day. We going to get our quarterback. There are going to be some people who are going to get traded. So y'all better get prepared and stop sitting there and thinking that, oh, this ain't no going to happen. This is not going to happen because trust me when I tell you this. The Washington Commanders will be a whole new team next year. And don't be surprised that we don't struggle a little bit. Because even though we're going to have draft assets and we're going to have money to bring some guys in, we're going to be competitive. We'll be in the draft in the first round, but we'll probably win a little bit more games, you know. But don't be surprised if us struggle. I think going into year 2 of the new head coach, we'll be able to put a little bit more staff together on top of what we're going to have for this draft. And then by year 3, we'll be able to take off. I'm not going to expect anything from this team. I just want to see improvement. We draft the people that we need because we need a lot. We need offensive line. We need linebackers. We need a big body wide receiver. I had this notion today. If for some reason we draft our quarterback and we still keep Terry and Jahan and find a way to bring Samuels back, if we decide to bring Curtis Samuels back, because we do have a lot of free agency. I know Tony Gritson won't be back. I know also Logan Thomas won't be back, so I'm not expecting them to be back. But I did pitch the notion today is to draft. We could bring in Mike Evans in free agency because that's a big body receiver. Mike Evans still could get it done. We could keep him on a 2-year deal. You know what I'm saying? Allow the new quarterback to get familiar with him, you know, because Mike Evans still draws a lot of attention. You know what I'm saying? He draws a lot of attention that could help Terry and Jahan a little bit more, and Curtis Samuel a little bit more, because the way, if you look at Baker Mayfield and what he did today in Tampa, he threw to a lot of different receivers. And shout out to Baker Mayfield, man, having the first time and going into Lambeau, playing in Lambeau, and have a perfect quarterback rating. Shout out to him. That's who Sam Howell reminds me of. He reminds me of a Baker Mayfield. He was a starter, but he's like a journeyman quarterback. But he still makes plays. But like I said, Mike Evans still gets it done. Now, I don't know what he's going to command in free agency, because most likely Mike Evans is going to want to go to a team that's that's probably going to win a Super Bowl. And I'll tell you, if Mike Evans go to a team like Buffalo with Stephon Diggs over there and Gabe Davis, oh my God. And if he go to Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So at Washington, and I don't think Mike Evans want to come to a team that's in the rebuild. I think he will want to win another championship. So I could see him going to he could go to Arizona with Kyler Murray, because if they say, or he could go to Chicago. Say he go to Chicago with Justin Fields, and if they get Marvin Harrison, him with DJ Moore, there you go. I mean, Mike Evans had options. I'm just throwing it out there. I think he would benefit. We could benefit to having a big wide receiver like Mike Evans, but I don't see Mike Evans coming to us. But anyway, the Washington Commanders are travesty this year. I mean, we're getting blown out every game. We're giving up 35 points in the last 12 games, so forth and so on. And it's not going to get any better. I mean, like I said, people talk about, well, I don't care about draft position. It doesn't matter. Yeah, draft position does matter, because when you go in there and you can manipulate the draft board because teams want to move up, you can easily trade out that spot. You know what I'm saying? You can easily trade out that spot and get multiple picks if you're sure about the guy that you're going to get in that next round, later in that first round. So, but if you make trades, if you trade Terry and you trade Jonathan Allen and you get a second and a third round pick for both of them, then that just boosts you up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And then you say you get the third pick. Okay, you could get your quarterback. Or at the fourth pick, you still could get your quarterback, if that's what you choose to do. Then guess what? Then if you want to move up in the draft, you can, with one of your second round picks, you could trade back up with one of your second round picks into the draft to get the offensive lineman that you want. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what Washington may do? I mean, I don't think Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, and Drake May is going to be the only quarterbacks that's going to go within the top 10 in the draft. They're not going to get past 10. And I don't see Washington waiting to the second round to draft a quarterback. Now, if they do draft a quarterback in the second round, most likely it'll be Michael Penix Jr. in the second round. I think that will be, because he's a big body. He's big like Cam Newton. So if they don't get Jaden Daniels, because Jaden Daniels is a little small, so he's little puny guy. He ain't big, but I think Michael Penix Jr. He has them injury issues, so that's something else to watch for too. So, but anyway, I'll talk more about the draft later. But anyway. Like I said, I watched the game today, and I wasn't really engaged to it. I was watching the Cowboys getting their head knocked off also. So I was watching two games at one. But I just wanted to see what the team looked like after the bye week. And it's the same thing. No energy. Comes out there, make a little effort, make a little win, Then all of a sudden, guess what? They right back at the same place again. But that's how the Washington Commanders season has been up and down. Well, more down than up. So, but you allowed Jacoby Brissett to come in there and nail two, just ran down the field like Tom Brady, like we was about to win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And just instantly got offense. Terry just light up so fast, was open on everything. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Where was this early in the game? You know what I'm saying? Where was this at? And this is why I continue to say that we want Sam Howell to be the man, but don't be surprised Sam Howell don't be the man. So you take that for what it is. But anyway, guys, the Washington Commanders fall to 4-10 on the season. Guess what? With 3 games left, 4-13. It's more realistic because guess what? They had the 49ers and they had Dallas last. And that both of them games gonna be ugly. Watch what I tell you. But until then, it's your boy LiveWire Sports Media, and I'm out.